Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
A poor soul of noble origins, a squire tested in battle, a knight-errant forged in Camelot, a man strengthened by love. Join Adam as Sir Goliston and Craig as the Game Master in Blood and Lust, a King Arthur Pendragon duet game of chivalry and mythic adventure. Let us win glory for our king, who will reward us with honors and lands, and the devil take the hindmost. Coming back off of 531, where Sir Goliston was finally made Sir Goliston and knighted. He got all his fancy duds. He got to, hang around with some round table knights and finally got knighted. Tried out for the Queen's Knights, and on his way back to Stafford with Sir Greor, he happened upon the notably cruel Sir Agravain and lost a 3-pass joust to him. It's going to be 532. Are you ready for winter phase, Adam?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
But before we get to that, let's first talk about the heraldry and colors that you chose for Sir Goliston. Tell me, Adam, what do we have here?
So, Sir Goliston's heraldry, it is a perbend, sinister sable, and 2 interchanged hearts. So this basically, like in my layman's terms, somebody that doesn't understand heraldry, how you can imagine this is picture a golden heart on a black field, and then diagonal kind of like separation going through that, and then that same motif is interchanged in the diagonal representation. The gold of my heraldry, it represents wisdom, and the black represents like a consistency, and so it's kind of just like it's symbolic of my unwavering modesty, just like the ever unchanging Goliston. The heart, of course, is a symbol of constitution, manliness, and virility. And I'm a big guy who seeks to embody all of those traits. So that's why this is the heraldry that I've chosen for myself. And I think it's a visually very striking image. I think it's just like aesthetically very beautiful, the black and gold, as well as the hearts. And so this is something that Goliston is very, very proud to see himself in.
And we talked a lot offline about some of these choices. You got, again, upper left-hand corner is black with a gold heart, lower right-hand corner, gold with a black heart. It looks awesome. It's like the manliest heart bumblebee thing ever. But like the gold traditionally would be like generosity and some glory, and the black or sable would be wisdom, grief, even constancy and prudence, and like all these traits were things that Sir Goliston had, like in spades, or a lot of them were notable. So it looked cool. Hearts are manly at this time. There's nothing girly about them. Even Sir Amaran has hearts all over his sword. Just the manliest thing ever. So just to retroactively talk about, in the last episode, we said that he got a tailor visiting him, or he visited a tailor. Those colors are now black and gold, or and sable, to use the correct terms. Speaking of Sir Amaran, it's now winter phase of 532, the very beginning section. And, Sir Goliston's at Castle Terrible with Sir Greor, and he's, getting into the swing of things, being a household knight. When one day, snow hasn't started to fall yet, but it's a brisk autumn morning. It looks to be a peasant of some sort comes leading in this pack horse, a sumpter that you would recognize, and it's just like overflowing with pack. You're out in the yard training, Sir Goliston, and you see this peasant approach, and he's kind of like looking a little lost.
Hello there, traveler.
Greetings, my lord. You wouldn't be the lord of the castle, would you?
No, sir, sorry. That is not I. That would be Sir Gregor, my lord.
Oh, I was told by my lord and master, Sir Amaran, that this is where I could find the illustrious Sir Goliston. I must be lost.
Oh no, that is I. Indeed, you've found me. And Goliston, for a second he like goes to stand proud, but then he just kind of like corrects his posture and just like it's just like, no, that's not the way. And he tries to like not look cool, but tries to like stand and show like his prowess and like his glory and stuff. And it's just like it almost standing as if it should have been obvious, you know?
Your squire, Baldrick, kind of walks past you and kind of whispers as he walks by, sir, there's no need to try to impress the peasants. And he approaches the peasant and grabs the reins from the horse and kind of helps him come closer to you. The peasant says, oh, yes, I guess all of this is for you then. And he kind of like motions to the sumpter, and it's like covered in like bags and canvases, and he pulls out a little purse and hands it to your squire, because if you remember, you are being supported as a rich knight for this year.
Ah, yes. Excellent. Most excellent. Bring it over here, and yes, this will be fine. And you see Goliston is kind of just like looking at this bounty with just a wide smile on his face. His cheekbones are just all the way up, and he's probably beet red, trying to kind of contain his excitement and trying to not look excited, especially in front of Baldrick, who, you know, constantly kind of like catches him in his, he's always like catching him, not really acting up to the like expectation of a knight, but it's because Goliston like is very new to this, and he kind of pretends at not being new to it, but Baldrick usually will just see through that. So, but he'll still kind of always put up the act with Baldrick. So, but you can see that he's very pleased right now, and he's like almost chuckling to himself. He looks like a kid on Christmas.
You see Baldrick nodding to you, basically miming out, following through with your instructions. He opens up the purse that the man just gave to him and pulls out a little penny, gives it to the traveler, who then shrugs and hands Baldrick the reins, and then kind of disappears, probably to go take a nap in some hay or whatever peasants do after they take a long journey. And Baldrick starts leading the sumpter over to the stables.
You there! I try to halt him down, and I take another penny out of the purse, and I like stride up to him, and I give him another penny, and I slap him on the back really hard. There you go, for your troubles.
Thank you, my lord. And he's like grinning because he has 2 pennies, which means he'll probably be able to get more food and probably not die immediately in the winter. But yeah, such is life. He seems ecstatic with the generous bounty that he has received, and then wanders off.
When I get back to Baldrick, I'm kind of just going to just be like rambling on about the virtue of generosity, and just like how it's just very an important thing, and it's something one should always try to embody when they're able to.
He nods along and says, the appropriate, of course, sir, as he's starting to unladen this beast. And, you know, there's like skins of wine hanging off of it. There's like a ham on it. And you look inside the purse that was handed over, and there's 3 lira in it. So you could add that to your character sheet. You actually have money now. There's also what appears to be in the colors of ore and sable, some fine courtly dress worth another 3 lira, and a like conical pavilion tent in sable with like ore trimmings all over it.
As Goliston is kind of looking over all this stuff, he feels like he wants to just start like enjoying it all right now. And part of him kind of wonders if maybe the reason he's been so modest and so like kind of just like a more prudent guy, I guess, is because he was poor before. And now that he has all this stuff, he's just like, oh, part of me just wants to dive right in. But he's just still trying to kind of like contain that image that he's like trying to uphold. And he's just like, yes, very good, Baldrick.
Like, honestly, these are like princely gifts, like all this stuff. This is honestly like Sir Greor would be humbled to receive these gifts. So like this is like the output of a small manor in a year.
Yeah, it's like one horse full of just packed to the top with just awesome stuff, basically.
Yeah, it's like you're opening your Christmas stocking right now, and it's just loaded with the good stuff.
And right now we're just like outside the castle, just kind of checking all this cool stuff out.
Yeah, in the stable area, and there's another horse, so you could put another something on your sheet if you want. Basically, it would be burdened completely by the pavilion tent.
Is there a spot on the sheet to put like the amount of lira you have? I'm trying to see like where that's tracked. Oh, I got it. It's at equipment at home.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the 1-page sheet. Yeah, it's on the. Yeah, and then your equipment carried, you'll have your clothing and see 3 libra value, which is like best courtly dress, which will start taking effect this next year because clothing actually degrades over time, so it's not as fancy and in fashion. Plus, you're wearing it quite often.
My one good outfit. Of course, I'm going to wear that every day.
Pretty much, yeah. Because you've pretty much worn out your other one good outfit at this point, so now it's become your everyday clothes. Yeah, so as you're kind of like going through your loot at this time, you see Sir Greor kind of walks down into the stable. He's like, eating a hunk of cheese and watching you unpack your treasure. And he says, well, Sir Goliston, seems you have struck quite a rapport with Sir Amaran.
Indeed, it seems I have. He seems to view me with quite favor. And Goliston looks almost surprised at the amount of stuff that he's received. And he's kind of just dangling up a big piece of meat, like to kind of just like show it to Sir Greor. Just like, look at this.
Yeah, Sir Gregor's already helping himself to some of your wine, but it's to be expected.
Oh, of course.
He's like, yes, Sir Amaran is a good knight and a fine friend indeed. You do very well to emulate him.
Indeed, I'll try.
That's a good lad. Now, get back to training. You can't get soft on me now.
And then I instantly get back at it, making it look like I've been working very hard this whole time and not goofing around with Baldrick. And I'm just kind of probably like throwing the old spear around, practicing some moves, stuff like that. Probably making Baldrick like kind of just be not like the dummy, but just he's like helping me out in a variety of ways, whether it be just like sparring partner or whatever it would be.
Yeah, and there are other household knights there training with you as well, and they have their squires holding up the dummies or like fetching them a new wooden waster when there's breaks upon the pell. But after that little intro, let's actually get into winter phase. All this to resolve the effects of one feast card. But I like adding all the little details and stuff. It makes it a little bit richer.
Yeah, it's awesome like how much of a hook that can really turn into. So that's a useful tool.
Alrighty. So let's go right into our winter phase. So can you start it off with a D20 roll, please?
10.
All right. 10 is relations. Let's see here. You are not wed. Can you roll me a lustful roll?
I got a 13, which is over my 7.
All right. So you failed. So let's go into... Okay, that brings us over to the wooing table, actually. So there must have been a young lady in the area who has caught your eye. Can you roll me your loyalty, honor, and courtesy, please?
Okay, you said loyalty, honor, and courtesy. Would that be my loyalty?
We'll go with your fealty to Sir Greor.
Okay, so I rolled a 20. So,
alrighty. And your honor and courtesy?
My honor, I passed. I got a 9 on an 18. And for courtesy, that's a fail. I got a 14 on a 10.
Uh-oh. All right. First off, which one did you fumble?
That was my loyalty, my fealty.
So first off, we're going to sadly decrease your fealty to Sir Gregor by 1. It seems you've gone little love struck here and got crazy in love with this commoner, and he made some backhanded comment that maybe you should marry her or something, which maybe you took like as, well, maybe I will, and kind of a little bit bad blood, and then kind of like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened. He was like, man, you really should probably stay away from her. And I did not take it the right way. And it did hurt our relationship a little bit.
Alrighty. So, it turns out that little Sir Goliston got a little love struck with a commoner, but Sir Gregor is not giving you permission to marry her at this point because that's way beneath your station, and he was kind of hoping for better.
I think like what happened is Sir Goliston is not used to this station in life. And basically he probably got some kind of positive attention from like a commoner woman. And he was just like immediately taken by it and just like found her beautiful and was just like, she pays attention to me, and was just like, head over heels for a moment.
Yeah. And, Sir Gregor being a pagan was probably like, yeah, sleep with her, fine, whatever, but don't marry her. That's weird. All right. So you have a normal sized family. Can you roll me then a D6, please?
2.
Well, your family's been staying out of trouble for this year again, which is, probably for the best. You've gotten yourself into enough trouble for this winter phase already. Next, we're going to go and roll your experience checks. So this might take a while because I know you have quite a bit of them, being your first time getting knighted, first time in Camelot, plus a lot of, random events popping up asking you to test your chivalry and whatnot on various things. So I'm going to let you then just go down and roll off all your skill checks. You don't have to go through and say each of them, but let me know what the changes are.
Roll these out. I'm trying to get over my skill value, right?
Correct. If you fail them, they go up by 1.
Craig, do I do it for skills too?
Yep. Traits, skills, and passions.
Okay. My chaste had changed, but then my lustful changed, so that kind of canceled each other out. Let me see. My energetic went up 1, so in turn, my lazy went down 1. My honest went down 1, and my deceitful went up 1. Nothing changed with my modest. I failed that roll, or you know what I mean. So if I roll them and I don't get over, they just stay the same, right?
Correct.
Perfect.
And you erase the check afterwards.
Excellent. My spiritual went up 1, so my worldly went down 1. I actually didn't have any passions checked. For my skills, my falconry went up 1 from a 3 to a 4, so not much, but my heraldry did not change, actually. My religion, British Christian, went up 1. My romance went up 1. And my stewardship went up 1. And I think that was everything I had checked off.
All right. Then if you haven't done so already, erase your check marks and increase your age. I think that will make you then 22.
All right. I'm older now.
You're not old enough for the aging table, thankfully. Economics, you're not a landholder. You are being maintained this year as a rich knight. So if you had any children, they'd be more likely to survive, but it didn't look like you got that far because Sir Gregor stepped in, because there was a nice chance that you would have fathered some bastards there.
I was trying.
Was not for lack of trying. Stable roles, you already lost your charger the previous year, so I'm not going to do that again to you. Marriage, you aren't being granted permission to marry. No children. We did family events already. No scandals. Now we get to training and practice. So now you could choose one of the following. You can change a personality. You could train some skills, 1d6 plus 1 up to 15, or train one skill up to 20.
If I do the D6 one, I get like 1d6. What is it? 1d6 plus.
1d6 plus 1.
And I can basically use that pool like amongst the skills.
Correct.
Okay, that's the method I'm going to choose. So I'll roll that D6. All right, that's a 5.
All right, that's 5 skills that you could put into any of your skills, as long as you can justify it. Like, you're in the middle of nowhere. Like, I would say unless you have like a monk, you probably wouldn't be able to learn reading quite yet.
So I want to do 3 points into courtesy, because I like the idea that I've kind of just been picking up the proper way to behave as I kind of settle into this role. And can I put those into combat skills as well?
Absolutely. You are doing training and practice in the yard, so
so then the other 2 points I want to put into my spear expertise, if that's possible. All right, that's all 5.
excellent. The next step will come the glory. You got 1,000 from knighting, plus another. We're going to go with 1,000 plus 190, plus your annual glory. And if any of those went up or down for your notable skills, make sure you adjust for that.
I think my annual glory stays the same. Let me just see.
So your traits above 16 or above would get you that value. A few of them might have changed. You get annual for having your chivalry bonus. You don't have any holdings. Your passions 16 and above get that value. And I don't think you have religious bonus.
Okay, yeah. I think am I tracking this in the glory section, like this game in total?
So your annual glory rewards are the upper left-hand corner of the second page.
Yeah.
But your
Oh, sorry, you just cut out.
So sorry, the glory is this game in total for the front page. So that'd be 1190 plus your annual, and then your total glory, and then the annual glory rewards. There's like a little cheat sheet on the back upper left hand corner.
So for like annual glory for traits, I have 2 traits that are at 16. My modest and my just.
So then you get 32.
Cool. All right. And then my love for family and my honor are both above 16 for my passion. So those would be the ones that I would track for that as well.
Correct.
All right. So that, I think my total is 1,254.
All right. And that sounds like you went over your first 1,000-point threshold. So you get what is called a glory point. Now, this is a point where you can add to really anything, and it could even be game breaking to add it. Like, you're at the cultural maximum to your size. So if you wanted to say go to 19, you can use that way to cheat.
So like I could truly be like mythically big.
You could, because like you're big, and usually you get like you can overeat and stuff to get bigger, but at the loss of other things like dex or con. But this is a way to cheat the system. You could just put it into like a skill point or trait, but
I mean, since you threw that idea out there, I kind of want to be larger than life in more ways than one. So let's tack it onto the size, baby.
Awesome. Like, plus, this is a good time to use it, because like you can, during your training and practice, you can get more skills, but this is one of the only times you can use or get a glory point to boost that. So it kind of makes sense. Plus, you just did get like a bunch of ham and wine. So
like I like to picture it's kind of like people would probably talk about me being big, but then when they see me, it's like even bigger than they thought.
So if you're going to increase your size from 18 to 19, make sure you adjust some of your derived stats, like your damage and your total hit points and your knockdown. And as a reminder, if you hit a decimal, 0.5 rounds up.
Well, my damage doesn't go up, but my hit points goes up one. And what else was affected by size, you said? Let's see. Hit
Size.
points.
Yeah, your size is also your knockdown, your damage, your total hit points, and then your derived unconsciousness threshold from there.
I love that. I love that use of the point. I like that you can just kind of use it to push stuff past the max.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like it's also nice to have like a little buffer because like if you got seriously wounded, like your stats will permanently be lower. So it's nice to give yourself a little bit of a buffer. It's probably smart of you right now to bump your skills while they're still all pretty low and below 15. Yeah, because once you turn 35, you can no longer add to your statistic, your attributes, except for glory points, because you start getting old.
And then like so past 35, I'm going to be rolling on the table to see like if age is kind of like taking its toll on me, right?
Pretty much, and arthritis and like the elf palsy are on there, or the evil eye, consumption, the pox, like, or if you just take a major wound, and yeah, it's pretty nasty. So you ready to get into the adventure for this year?
Yeah.
Which is pretty much what Sir Greor says. One of his catchphrases is, "Where's the adventure?" You know, you train all day, you'll do patrols throughout the year, you do whatever service that he asks of you because he's putting you up right now. You find yourself quite often at night following like a feast or whatever, and he's wanting to hear stories of adventure, and you're a young knight without a whole lot of adventure to go on right now. Because if you look on your adventure log, it basically says, "I got knighted and got my ass kicked once." So is Goliston kind of looking to change that reputation?
Yeah, because this story that I have so far, people are kind of tired of hearing about how I got my ass kicked. They're just like, yeah, you already told us, man. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I forgot. And I don't really have any other notable tales under my belt. Maybe I've told them about, I've actually, I don't bring up the time on the battlefield because like, I'm not trying to like boast about it. I feel like that story of me getting my butt kicked by Agravain is like a good story because I can kind of like make fun of myself and people like it, but they're all tired of hearing it now. And if I want to be able to like still take part in these conversations, like I need to go do some stuff. And this is probably me like actually saying this to Baldrick right now. I'm just like, if I want these guys to take me seriously, like we got to get out there. We got to put our feet on the ground and start doing some deeds.
Yes. Actually, you should check your energetic for wanting to get up and go and do something. One night, Sir Greor asks, "Where's the adventure?" You're thinking to yourself, "Man, I haven't really done anything yet." And he starts talking and telling you tales of Cambria and Cumbria and all the mountainous and forest regions around here, and you realize you don't really know the area, and you know you kind of get in your head that perhaps it's time that you venture forth and learn the surrounding area a bit more. And yeah, you probably proclaim something like, "My lord, if you have an adventure, please, I'll love to do it," or something. He's kind of sitting there thinking, and he's like, "Well, I do hear that the best wine in the world could be found in this magical kingdom around here called Gaelod. And there's also tales of a beautiful countess that is said to be held prisoner in this strange land. If you are up to it, Sir Goliston, seek ye this wine of Noah and discover the riddle of the countess, if you may."
Goliston is like, he's looking very pleased right now, and he's just like, "My lord, I will. I'll do this at once. I'll get my feet to the ground and I'll serve this realm. I'll fetch you this wine. I'll rescue this maiden. I'll do this at once." And he's just like getting really psyched up.
And then he kind of gives you one of those dismissive, "Go forth, do it" gestures. So you probably make preparations in the evening with plans to set out first thing in the morning.
And after we're all prepared and I'm just like kind of like sitting up, not really able to sleep, and I'm talking Baldrick's ear off. And there's going to be a countess. Surely she'll be taken by me once I rescue her, and maybe she'll be fit to marry. And like he's kind of just like going on about all this stuff.
Of course, sir. And he's like sort of like packaging up some supplies, and he's out of the armory. He pulled like a set of reinforced chain for you to wear to make up for the partial plate. So you can annotate that soon that you're in reinforced chain this year instead of nothing. But he's just trying to, make all these preparations. Now the snow has cleared, so the mountains can be traversed again, and spring's starting to, get in full bloom. So without having a manor of your own, basically you're taking this as your service to your lord to go out and seek this adventure. So we'll cut forward to you a couple weeks worth of travel, and you got this starry-eyed Goliston in his chambers, all psyched to this adventure. Flash forward 2 weeks of you just swatting mosquito after mosquito on your neck, been on the road for forever. You quickly decided not to wear your nice clothes as you pack them away in a trunk, and like you're kind of deciding whether or not to even bundle up the chainmail as well, because it sucks traveling in these medieval times. You're probably on your palfrey and now have the other palfrey as your best war horse. So luckily you got another sumpter, because otherwise your squire would be walking. So you're making your way along the King's Highway in Western Cumbria, and you're going for a while, and you could have sworn you were on the path, and you're thinking to yourself, King's Highway, yeah, right, this is like a deer trail, if that. So can I get a hunting roll from Sir Goliston?
I think I had 10 hunting. Yeah, 10 hunting, so I rolled an 8.
So luckily you're able to refine the trail again, but you've never been this way before, so it's all strange and wondrous to you. And you stop at the village or hamlet, or very rarely a town when you find it, and ask for directions again once in a while. But like at some point it's just like, how does anyone find it in this way? But you're doing it though. So what's going on in Sir Goliston's head as he's basically wandering these woodland trails?
I think he's like starting to feel kind of disillusioned. I imagine one night when me and Baldrick are camping, and I'm kind of just like massaging my sore feet and griping and groaning about everything. I'm just like, is this really what it is to be a questing knight? Wandering around the trails? Nobody can even recognize you because you can't even wear your good clothes. Not that it matters anyways. There's nobody to even ask. And he's just like, he's just kind of like looking up at the stars. He's like, we're going to find it though, Baldrick. All the wine we can drink. We're going to be real happy once this is sorted. And he's just like kind of like rubbing his palms together. Like he's very worn from this travel. And like it's really kind of just showing on him and in his mood as well. He's not like as chipper as he was when they were setting out on this great adventure. And he's kind of just like, is adventuring all it's cracked up to be? It sounds like they just kind of like toil away, walking around and lugging all this stuff around and getting lost. And it's just like, it takes way longer to make a small amount of distance than I thought. And the bugs are terrible. And he's just like still swatting away at the mosquitoes. But he does see like the light at the end of the tunnel. He's like thinking about this countess. And whenever he's feeling like down, he just like pictures her even more beautiful than he imagined the last time.
So as you're moving around and you decide at some point to make camp, can you give me an awareness roll?
That's a fail.
So you're probably just kind of grumbling and try to, probably take off your chainmail, give it to Baldrick, and just collapse and exhaustion for a while he basically does all the work of setting up the camp. I mean, it's not like you don't have appreciation for this work, but because you've done it many, many times before, but it just, although you have the light at the end of the tunnel, you're just kind of like, you kind of probably fed up with the day-to-day grind of it. And you don't see anything for a while because you probably like one of those micro pass out moments. But when you come to it, you kind of like hear some growling in the distance.
So like I snap awake and I try to kind of like get my bearings. Is it like dead of night and everybody's asleep? Like
pretty much. Like you see like the campfire has been made and your pavilion's been erected, but you're kind of like passed out on like a little log next to it, and Baldrick's kind of just like leaned up against a stump, just like asleep himself, and you hear him snoring, and for a second probably think that the growling you heard, but then he stops snoring and then you hear the growling again.
I kind of rise up startled for a second and I start trying to push Baldrick awake, and I'm whispering, I'm like, Baldrick.
I'll have another. More pastry, please.
Baldrick, wake up, you fool. There's a bear in the woods.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm awake. I'm awake. What is it?
Baldrick, fetch my arms. There's a bear in the woods. It seeks to attack our campsite.
Very well. I shall do so. And you should check your prudent.
That's a strange way of putting things, Baldrick, but indeed I will.
So he goes and kind of basically comes back with your sword. It looks like he actually got it sharpened, and your spear as well. And he's kind of holding out your mail for you to kind of slink into, if that's what you choose. And you hear the growling again, and then you turn your head to look at it, but then you hear the growling again from another direction.
Yeah, so I kind of slide into the chainmail, and I'm probably not even like properly dressed right now, but I have this chainmail on, and I grab this sword. I'm holding it with two hands, just kind of like facing where I first heard the noise, and then I turn sharply and face the other direction where I heard the noise, and I'm just like, Baldrick, this is not good.
Right, what should we do?
Goliston thinks for a second, and even though there's like nobody really here to see this, he doesn't think it's fitting of a knight to run from his first battle, I guess. So he's just like, we wait, and when they come forth, we take them down.
Would you like to roll your valorous, please?
Nice. I got a 12, which is under my 14.
You should check your valorous as you stand there with your sword outstretched, and then you see as two eyes emerge from the darkness. I like knights. Do you like knights too? If so, check out our Scion, Temptation, and 13th Age games for more chivalric role-playing.